here I'm going to be showing you a tutorial on how to make the flip bag, just like I promised. So this one, instead of using a regular paper lunch sack, I used one of the mini ones. These are from the Celebrations collection at Michael's. So they're like 3.5 inches wide. And I'm not sure how tall they are, but they're just smaller little lunch sacks. And I'm using mostly the Gather collection on this project. So I was going to put that girl chipboard down, but I didn't really like the way that the brown looked next to the brown. So I used this little ballerina one, which I thought was really cute, and I liked the pink with the green tickets that I put on there. What you saw me do just then was, because obviously it's a chipboard sticker, so it had like sticky stuff that went up past the little flap, so I just cut off the sticky stuff from that side there. This little deer card here is just part of the cut-aparts in the collection. I just wanted to stick it in that little pocket, but it was a little too big, so I just cut it down smaller so it could fit, and then just stuck it in there. A lot of what you'll see me do during this video is a lot of like fussing with where the placement of things go, because really a flip bag is just a bag stuffed with goodies, but obviously you want to make it a little bit pleasing to the eye, so I want to just make sure that everything's in the right place. So I put some more cut apart cards in the bag, and I liked the yellow one a lot, except for then I decided to do an envelope, and I decided to take out the yellow one because I didn't like the way it looked with this envelope. I wanted there to be a little bit more height with this bag, so I decided to make a really big envelope. So this one is a 3x7, I believe. But when you make them that big, you see how like two of the flaps are like way bigger than what you actually want them to be. So I just cut those down, and that's all you see me doing here. So I cut one side, and then I just take what I cut off from the other side and just line it up, trace it, and then cut it along the same part that I cut off the other side, if that made any sense. Sorry guys, I am tired. My kids have exhausted me today, so I'm not really all here. But I'm trying to do this voiceover. So anyway, so I'm making this envelope. I just love that paper. That blue, I think, is like the best color blue ever in the history of time. So I really wanted to use that paper, and I wanted to add something to the envelope, but I didn't want to add too much because it's kind of a busy print. So I just found this little heart, this little glitter heart was just sitting on my desk, and so I just glued that on there and stuck it in the bag and thought it was good. And I'm just going to stick my letter in there once I've write my pen pal. I'm going to stick that in that envelope. I know who this is going to, but I haven't received her response yet, so I'm waiting on her response before I can write back. So I'm just preemptively making this for her. I made these little embellishments. These are from a paper from the collection, and they're just little like mini Polaroid frames, and so I just cut them out, and then I put on some tiny word stickers on them, and one of them I made into kind of like a little shaker card, and I stitched along all of them just to kind of add a little extra added detail. And I think they turned out really cute. You'll be able to see them a little bit closer at the end. I have some close-up pictures of them. So I added some of that crinkly paper to the bag to kind of just add a little bit more bulk to it. The pencils are from the Dollar Spot from like the summer. And so I just added those in because the colors matched perfectly. And then these tickets are from a paper from the collection, and I just fussy cut them out and decided to add them as kind of layers to this as well. These are just little bags of goodies, a little alpha stickers. These are just little arrow stickers from Hobby Lobby, and I just wanted to cut them down so they would fit in that pocket, the smaller pocket up front. So I stick those in there, add my little embellishments that I made, and then I think I add another little card from the cutout. Add that there, just add a little bit more pink. And then here, since I've kind of gone with a ballerina theme without even trying, I use the ballerina paper that's in the collection. I cut it into a strip, and then I'm scoring it at a 1/4 inch all the way down. I'm going to accordion fold this and then make a little rosette. So that's all I'm doing here, just scoring it at a 1/4 inch. You don't see me accordion fold it because that would be ridiculously boring. So that's the finished folded product. And then I'm just going to glue the ends together. And then I'm going to hot glue it onto a circle. So I just hole punched a 1-inch circle and hot glued it down. But first, before I do that, because my glue gun's heating up, I go ahead and make a little washi sample to stick in there. And I just picked some washies that I thought kind of went with the colors. And then here I am finishing up that rosette. So I'm trying to decide like what I want on the front of it. And I was going to go with like a circle. And then I didn't really like how either of those looked. And so I decided to fussy cut one of these birds. And this is from the Gather collection. One of the papers has all these little birds on it. It is by far one of my favorite papers from this collection. And so I'm just fussy cutting one of the birds out, and then I'm going to put that on the rosette. And I love how this came out. If you've seen people do these rosettes, sometimes they go what I think is a little overboard, but I just like to keep them really simple. So I think 1 or 2 little embellishments is just fine. So this one I hot glued the bird on. I put a tiny word sticker on that said just because, and then an enamel dot on that. And then my camera cuts out, so you don't really get to see me finishing it. But I just hot glued it on. I have these like wooden dowels. I think I got them from like the flower section of Hobby Lobby. But I have those in my stash, and they work perfectly to make the little rosettes. So I just hot glued that on that little stick, put a couple more little cut aparts in there with a paper clip. Here I'm going to make a tag, which is going to go on the front of the flip bag. So this stamp it's like a tiny little word that says hello. So I stamped it in pink, and then all around it I'm stamping in a dark like navy blue, just because the colors kind of go with this collection. I really like that blue and pink together. So I'm just kind of randomly stamping it all over the tag, and then I just take a clothespin and clip that on the front of it, just like that. So now I'm just about finished, so I'm just finishing off by tying it up with some baker's twine and tying in a bow, and then that is done. So you'll see some close-ups at the end and some close-ups of some of the embellishments, but if you have any questions or if there's anything you specifically want to see me do in a future video, let me know in the comments below. And I hope you guys liked this. I will see you later. Bye.